Hello, lovelies. This morning's reading is ninth time's charm. Trying to record this morning. It's coming from the Faeries Oracle deck by Brian Fruit and Jessica Macbeth. Jessica Macbeth? Yes. All right. So we are going to get right into it. I have some notes that I'm going to follow this morning for this reading in order to get through this for you guys and be able to send you guys a message for today because it wants to be expressed. So the first card we have is Fairies of the Future. Now this card belongs to the fairy guides and guardians in the book and in the deck. When this card appears, it's a moment to take stock of where you've been and where you actually want to go next. Now Brian describes these fairies as essential companions on the journey forward. They're connected to potential and to possibility, but also to choice. There are many opportunities available, many futures that could unfold, but we don't get all of them. We have to choose a path. So this card is very clear that this is not a time to wait. It's not a time to hope things come to you. It's a time to step forward and meet what you want directly and to take realistic, practical steps to bring that future into being. You can do this alone, or if that feels right to you, or alongside others who share your goals and dreams. But either way, movement is required here. It's time to step. Now, the second card that came out at the same time with this is a fairy challenger. Now, this is very fitting, as you'll see in a moment. Now, this is Epona's wild daughter. Her name is Dorca. Dorca deals with the inner world. Her themes include inner shadows, depression, fear, madness, growth. She's described as a sphinx, one who asks riddles that must be answered before we can move forward. So her presence here tells us that there's something buried within us that needs to be faced, because until it is, this cycle will just continue, and or it will just continue to hold us back. So this isn't about punishment, it's about just facing things honestly. She reminds us that unresolved inner conflict doesn't disappear just because we decide to take a move. We can expect help in working through this from other people, from fairies. If you do ask, they will be there for you. Or from our dreams, from spirit, from source, from whatever resonates for you. But we do have to be willing to sit with the difficult questions and face those answers and face the parts of ourselves that aren't how we wish they were. But the whole point is we're moving forward. We are evolving into. So until we face these, we won't know. The answers that Dorca brings don't always come through effort or logic. Often they arrive just suddenly, right? Just a burst of insight, a realization lands, and once it does, we're changed forever. There's no going back. We're no longer the same person. So this is part of that self-transformation. It's part of being human. She's here to say that, either way, whether it's facing the inner shadow or just that final piece, it's time to face that because we need to start moving forward, right? So with these two cards, how does this, come together? It's a matter of seeing that fairies of the future is the green light, right? We're no longer wishful thinking. It's no longer a someday thing. It's saying, pick the direction, commit, start walking. Make it practical, right? Epona's wild daughter is here as the gatekeeper. She's not here to punish you. She's there to stop you from dragging an old wound into a new timeline and calling it destiny, right? So the message becomes that you can move forward, you need to move forward, but you can't skip the part where you have to face things in you that keeps trying to steer the wheel when you're scared. This is what that can look like in real life, right? So you're ready to choose path and you meet resistance. It shows up as a bad mood, there's a dreadful feeling and avoidance, you have self-doubt or procrastination, or even that feeling of, why am I suddenly sad when things are about to improve? Right? So you're being asked to take practical steps and speak your truth as my voice tries to clear And at the same time, to notice where your inner shadow tries to sabotage those steps. So you don't have to risk being seen, succeeding, or changing, or receiving. You need to face those things that stop you from being able to step fully into your journey. The future does want you to approach it, but Dorka wants you to be honest about it. So there's no more performing healing here. This is real healing. The riddle that Dorka may be asking under this reading sounds like things like, what part of me gets afraid the moment things start to get well? What do I lose if I actually get what I want? What do I keep choosing because it matches my past, not my future? And if I stop waiting and step forward, what feeling do I have to tolerate? So the action step that honors both of these cards is simple. Take one bold, practical step towards your future, the future you want. And when the emotional flare-up shows up after that, don't treat it as a sign to stop. Treat it as information, because Dorka often appears right at that threshold. Like she's saying, cool, let's go, but first answer this. And this message is not about waiting, it's about choosing. The future is there, you just have to take the first step. Now, if you wanted some more direction on what your personal experience is, what you should be facing or what you might be facing, how you might proceed through that, just let me know. We can look into booking something. Otherwise, have a beautiful, beautiful day, and we will see you in the next one.